Today we are going to learn about cyber attacks and the top types of attacks. A cyber attack happens when someone tries to get into a computer, phone, or online account without permission. It's like a thief trying to break into your house, but the house is your computer. Here are the most common types of attacks. Phishing attack, one of the most common cyber threats. It starts when a hacker sends deceptive emails, text messages, or fake websites to the target. The unsuspecting user opens the phishing link, believing it to be legitimate. Once the user enters their credentials, the hacker immediately collects this sensitive information. Finally, the hacker misuses these stolen credentials to gain unauthorized access and exploit the victim's accounts. This simple yet dangerous process shows why phishing remains a major security risk. Ransomware attack, a type of malware that locks your data and demands payment to release it. The attack begins when a user connects an infected pen drive or device. The ransomware quickly spreads and infects the system. As a result, all user data becomes locked and inaccessible. Finally, the attacker demands a ransom payment in exchange for restoring access to the files. This dangerous cycle highlights why ransomware is one of the most damaging cyber threats today. Denial of service, or DDoS, overwhelms a machine or network so real users can't connect. In a DNS amplification attack, the attacker spoofs the victim's IP and uses a botnet to blast open DNS resolvers with fake queries. The resolvers send much larger replies to the spoofed address, multiplying the traffic. These amplified responses flood the victim, choking bandwidth and resources. The service slows dramatically or crashes from overload, not a breach. Man-in-the-middle, MitM, is a covert attack where a hacker secretly slips between a user and a web app. The user starts a normal connection, but the attacker intercepts it and breaks the original link. From the middle, the hacker relays traffic, reading or altering messages so both sides think they're talking directly. This lets them steal logins or inject fake responses while staying hidden. Using HTTPS, TLS and verifying certificates helps prevent it. SQL injection is when attackers exploit flaws in how an app builds database queries. They send crafted input in a URL or form, like user equals 99 or OR1 equals 1. So the web API unknowingly inserts it into a SQL command. The database runs it and may return all user records instead of just one, or even alter, delete data. That gives the attacker unauthorized access without valid credentials. Prevent it using parameterized queries, prepared statements, strict input validation, and least privileged database accounts. Cross-site scripting, or XSS, is a web security vulnerability where attackers inject malicious code into a website that other people visit. This happens when user inputs, like comments, are not properly validated and get stored in the database. When the server sends this data back, the malicious script is executed in the victim's browser. As a result, attackers can steal sensitive information, hijack sessions, or manipulate website behavior. Protecting against XSS requires input validation, output encoding, and secure coding practices. Zero-day exploits are attacks that take advantage of unknown vulnerabilities in software before developers can fix them. First, a security flaw exists in the system without anyone knowing. A hacker discovers this weakness and quickly launches an attack. Since the vulnerability is unknown, developers have 0 days to prepare, detect, and patch the issue. This makes zero-day attacks extremely dangerous and challenging to defend against. DNS spoofing is a type of cyber attack where hackers insert fake DNS records to redirect users from legitimate websites to malicious ones. When a user tries to visit a trusted site, the altered DNS entry sends their request to a fake website instead. This allows attackers to steal sensitive data, such as login credentials or financial details. DNS spoofing is dangerous because it looks like the real site, making it hard for victims to detect the fraud. We've explored the top 8 cyber attacks. Each of these attacks shows us how important awareness, prevention, and constant vigilance are in the digital world. Remember, cybersecurity is not a one-time fix, it's a continuous process. Thank you for your attention. Subscribe now, stay secure, stay aware and stay protected.